new brand featured on the channel, Beauty of Joseon. This is actually a household name in South Korea, and it's been a name that's been floating around the beauty universe, the beautyverse. And so today I am going to be reviewing their new tinted sunscreen. So this right here is the light and medium shade range. This actually comes in 12 shades. Look at this representation. This is what I'm excited about. This is what I'm here to see. So without further ado, let's get into this review. Beauty of Joseon Tinted Sunscreen review, wear test, and a verdict. Make sure to watch until the end. Let's hit it. All right, so let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's talk about the details of this product. Some of you guys might be excited to see it on my channel, especially those of you who've been begging me to review more K-beauty products, makeup and skincare. So let's talk about it. So this is a product that comes in 12 shades altogether. They are sheer shades, supposed to have oil control benefits, and me being an oily gal that I am very excited for that. It's supposed to be not too dewy, not too matte. That is literally what it says on their website. I'm really hoping for a nice olive shade, and the reason why I say that is because this product is actually formulated with 20% zinc oxide. So it's a full mineral slash physical sunscreen that will not break me out. This I already know, which is exciting to me. But 20% generally means that I am expecting some sort of a white or gray cast. So I don't know. I am excited, but I'm also hesitant. I'm also like a little bit in disbelief. A lot of people have been talking about this brand, specifically about their products. Also, Korean sunscreens and skin tints are kind of like popular. Like they're really popping right now. So I don't know. Is this promising? It is promising. It looks really nice, but I'm just gonna have to test it out. Should I swatch all the shades? I probably should, since I have all the light and all the medium. 12 flexible shades. Shake well before use. Let's do it. By the way, we are in the middle of winter right now, so my hair is causing so much static. If you hear any sort of static, I think it's a combination of my hair and my sweater. I don't know what it is, but if you hear it, it ain't me. It's the winter. Oh, I forgot to mention the price. So the original price is $20, but right now it's on sale for $16. So that is super inexpensive. And if it's supposed to be as good as they say, honestly, that would make me and a lot of you guys probably very happy. All right, so this is the lightest shade, LP100. I'm assuming P is like a pink or maybe perhaps a peach undertone, but that's what it looks like on me. Next we have the LN110, light neutral. All right, here we go. The neutral definitely has a little bit more of a yellow undertone rather than the pink, but it is still a neutral, not a yellow. Next we have the LP110. That's shade number 3 in the light family. Oh, I forgot to shake. Oh my God. All right, so now we're getting into the medium category with shade MP200. Looks rather promising. Next is MY210. I'm seeing a little bit of an oxidization with that medium shade. That looks really, really good. They are very close in undertone. And the last one is MY220. Okay, so that one is definitely a lot darker than the previous shade. So there seems to be a big jump, like a big skip between this darker shade and this medium shade. Like there could definitely be many shades in between. I am just saying. But I guess I'm gonna go for either the MP or the MY 200 and 210. But you know what? Strangely enough, these two are so close to one another, and the Y to me looks a little bit more cool actually than the P. The P looks a little bit more neutral. Neither one of them is really olive, but I think I'm gonna do one shade on one side of the face and the other shade on the other side of the face because they are just that close. And it's almost hard to tell which one's the right undertone. Yeah, but I think it's time for me to do a little thumbnail face because I am really perplexed. I am intrigued and I'm curious. Beauty of Joseon, is this gonna work for us or not? Let's find out. All right, so I've got shade 200 over here, medium P, and then I have shade 210 over here, medium Y. I will say that the MP looked a little bit more neutral to me than the MY, so I'm not sure if P actually stands for pink or peach, but like I said, I'm gonna go for both of them. I'm gonna shake it up. I'm gonna start applying that first with my fingers just to see. The coverage is very sheer, but the finish is really beautiful. It almost feels like oil going on your skin. like that slippery and that slinky, you know? Okay, so that is one sheer little layer. If I didn't have my breakouts and some dark spots here and there, I think this would be enough for me. It is a really, really, really perfect shade match, I think. So I'm just gonna leave it at that for now. All right, let me shake up the 210. I'm gonna apply that to the other side. I'm also wondering, because this is so sheer, how much zinc oxide are you actually getting in this product? Or how much of this product do you actually need for that full coverage? And this is supposed to be SPF 40. It feels like you would need more than just that one little drop, but man, that coverage and that finish is really, really, really beautiful. It's very skin-like. It doesn't look like I have anything on my face. Yeah, it's giving it this radiance, this very healthy glow. And I almost feel like there's no difference between the two shades. They are just so, so similar. I can't say that one is more pink or more yellow than the other. They both seem to be matching rather well. So now I'm gonna add another sheer layer. I'm gonna see if this is buildable. And I'm gonna add that layer with a brush. I'm gonna start with this side. That was a bit more of a generous drop. Honestly, this is so nice. There's absolutely no pilling. And the way that it dries down to this really flattering, luminous type of matte, if you can imagine what that looks like. But it is really striking. It is really, really pretty. And I am, at first impression, kind of impressed. I do think that the coverage is buildable. But the fact that the product is able to dry down is a nice feature. Because once it dries down, you can definitely add a little bit more on top to build up your desired coverage. Just absolutely stunning. I didn't have that many dark spots or breakouts on this side of the face, so I feel like I don't even really need concealer. But let's go to the other side of the face. Let's grab that MP200. I'm gonna shake it up once more because this side of the face could definitely use a little bit more coverage. So remember, this is the P undertone, this is the Y undertone, and now I think I'm seeing that this one is a little bit pinker than this one. This one just looks like a better match to my neck, whereas the P doesn't match as well because it almost highlights the redness in my skin, which I clearly and obviously want to hide and color correct. So that's why pink undertones almost never work for me because they just highlight the acne and the irritation. But I think this is sheer enough that I can make it work. And with concealer, which I am gonna add on top, I can definitely balance out the Y and the P. Though honestly, I don't know if I can tell the difference. I'm gonna show you a close-up of what this looks like. Here we go. Here is this side of the face. Forehead, this side of the face. iPhone close-ups tend to be a little bit scary, but let's cover up some of the spots and let's make it less scary. All right, for the spots, I'm gonna use my 4.5 Armani Luminous Silk Concealer, just like that. I'm gonna quickly blend that out. Got a nice gnarly zit right here, but the rest are just healing spots, so we can easily make them go away. Brightening that under eye just a bit. So there's a little bit of a stickiness with this product. I am thinking I definitely need to set everything with powder just to mattify it a little bit. I am a very oily girl, so I think with a product like this, I can't really afford to skip powder. This will definitely slip away from me. So I think I'm just gonna use my one size all over the face just to lock everything in. Use a small brush for the smaller areas like the under eye, around the nose. And then I'm gonna use my big old pixie brush all over the face and kind of just pat it to get rid of any of that stickiness. Once you no longer feel the stickiness from the brush, that's when you know that you're done. Okay, damn. That finish on my monitor looks so incredibly pretty and natural. It looks like I washed my face, and I only really use that expression whenever I am wearing a full face of makeup that looks like my skin, that looks like I've cleared my skin of all the unwanted spots, all the acne, all the dark spots, hyperpigmentation. This is what my skin looks like right now. And let me tell you, it looks amazing up close as well. So I'm gonna show you a close-up one more time. You see that? Definitely a product that needs to be powdered down for someone like myself. Look at that. There's still that little bit of luminosity and dew. You can clearly see it on this side of the face that's facing the light, but it looks like real skin. And that's kind of what you want from makeup. That's what you want from a tinted sunscreen or a skin tint or a CC cream or anything that you want to use on the daily. I feel like there needs to be a better differentiation between these two shades. They are just so close in tone and also in undertone. I can't tell the difference between the P and the Y undertone, maybe just a little, but not enough for them to be distinct shades. That's kind of like my only criticism at this point. And also, obviously, I have not tested the deeper and the more tan shades, so I can't really speak on the shade range. All I can speak on is just the light and the medium, and so far, so good for me. The only thing left to do is to see how it wears. So let's do that. Let's cue in that good old time warping music for that wear test. Let's hit it. I am back after a very long wear test. As you can see, I have a lot more makeup on, and this is the skin at the end of the day. Take a look. This side, forehead. It's been at least 8 hours of wear for this particular wear test, and I gotta say, I am not disturbed. My eyes look very much disturbed because it is very late at night. I am very, very tired. I filmed a lot today. I had a very, very busy day. I have a headache. Excuse my disposition, but I have to say, the skin and the makeup at the end of the day is honestly not scaring me. It's not scaring me one bit. In fact, it's actually looking a lot better than I was expecting. Yes, you could see some signs of wear. You could see especially here in the jawline where some of the tinted sunscreen has worn off. You could see all of my spots, and there's definitely a little bit more shine, but I haven't blotted a single time today. I did apply a little bit more powder. Obviously, you can see I applied blush, eye makeup, all those things, but outside of that, I didn't touch my face. And the fact that it is looking not as tired as the rest of me is kind of shocking. All right, let's do a quick little blot test on this side of the face just to see if that helps. And honestly, this might be a really, really promising product. All right, let's blot this side. Let's blot the forehead. Not too bad at all. Okay, so Beauty of Joseon. I gotta say, I can't really tell the difference between the two undertones that I'm wearing on my face. Overall, it looks like an identical match to my face. This side being the yellow, this side being the pink. I don't really see too much of a discrepancy. So I guess because they are so sheer, the colors are pretty flexible. So if you are a medium skin tone like me, I think either one of these will work for you, the MY210 or the MP200. They are pretty similar, though I guess that could go into one of my criticisms. Perhaps there needs to be a better differentiation between these two shades, and also that crazy jump scare between the next shade range being the deep. There definitely needs to be a couple shades in between. So that being said, this is definitely going to come with me into the summertime, into the warmer weather months. I think it's worn pretty well. The finish is really beautiful on skin when you first apply it, and even at the end of the day after wearing it for 8 or 9 hours. It pairs just fine with other makeup. So honestly, I have no complaints. K-Beauty, I am here for it. I'm here for this. Beauty of Joseon. I want to get my hands on more of your products. I want to see more shades. I want to see more complexion products. I feel like this is a really, really good review, and I am pleased at the end of the day. Even though I am tired and even though I have a headache, this is a really, really positive wear test, and I am excited. So if you guys have been wondering about this one, my verdict is the final. I like this product. I'm gonna keep on reaching for it, and I cannot wait for the warmer weather months so I can actually get some good use out of this SPF 40 mineral physical sunscreen. All right, on that positive final note, I'm going to say farewell. Peace out. I'm out. I will see you guys in the next one. More videos over here. Deuces.